Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble News channel. Before I ask you something, I want to make sure you understand what I mean. There you have it. This is the first time ever that crypto has been a topic in an election. You live in the US. Cardano does business all over the world, but the US is a big market. A lot more people like Donald Trump than Joe Biden do. What would crypto look like in the US if Trump were president instead of Biden? What kinds of differences are there? I'm not asking you to back anyone up. All I want is for you to help us tell the difference. That's right, this is the first race between two U.S. presidents since Grover Cleveland ran against Benjamin Harrison. Also, Trump was president for 4 years, and Biden was president for 4 years. The Trump government wasn't big on crypto, but they weren't also not big on it either. Crypto wasn't big enough for that to happen. The finance secretary was against crypto, but Trump himself wasn't sure. There were a lot of events in 4 years. The price of crypto has been going through a huge bull cycle, and now everyone is talking about it. And it's very clear what makes the two options different. In the case of Trump, he learned how to make money with cryptocurrency. And one thing is certain about Trump. It comes from business, to be honest. He'll always do it because it makes him money. He's getting a lot of crypto money in doing NFTs. Truth Social will become a crypto haven at some point. Biden has been on a steady war against crypto for the past 4 years. Anyone who says otherwise is biased and not telling the truth. In all honesty, it's true. Wells notices have been sent to all of the big exchanges. Wells warnings have been sent to major projects. People are being taken off of platforms and banks during Choke Point 2.0. Things that were once clear, like the fact that Ethereum is not a security, have been changed, even though the SEC was the one who said it was, and efforts to make laws have been slowed down. For example, the president rejected SAB 121 when the Senate overwhelmingly and across party lines tried to get rid of it. His own government has written a lot of reports calling crypto snake oil that doesn't work. These are simple facts. And I'm sorry if you're a Democrat and want to vote for Biden. Maybe you want to vote for him on a different problem or because you love his policy. But you have to admit that he's given Elizabeth Warren the job of making his policy. She has chosen to hire people in the Treasury Department who want to really get rid of crypto in the US. As a result, our business has to make some tough decisions because many of the people who work here are young, not Republican, and not on the right, so they don't want to vote for Trump or a right candidate. That's why you'll see a lot of crypto supporters like me voting for Robert Kennedy this election. And I met Robert Kennedy in Austin, Texas. I've never met a political candidate with such a strong interest in problems, a deep understanding of them, and such a great history. When I told him about the Securities Exchange Act of 1933, he said, "Yeah, my grandfather wrote that. It was the first chief commissioner. Like, yeah, that's a pretty good legacy. His uncle was president in 1961, and his dad almost became president but was shot instead. So he's seen American politics up close and personal since then." It's clear that having a variety of things there is a good thing. We're sorry, but Biden isn't going to give us anything. It's a problem because at least 53 million Americans own cryptocurrency. Most of them are young and Democrats, which means that if you take money away from them and hurt their gains, they might say, "Wait a minute, Joe Biden just hurt my portfolio." As a candidate for office in an election that will likely be decided by less than 3% of the vote, you don't want to be in a position where you insulted 53 million people for no reason while helping big banks, not the average person. That's right, this is a problem. This is what Biden is trying to do, but he just can't help himself. If he had been more moderate, he should have let the repeal of SAB 121 go through and not rejected it. He could have asked Chairman Gensler to step down if he had calmed down a bit. If he had been a little more reasonable, he might have seen the fact that FIT 21 passed with more than 70 Democrats voting for it as a chance to work with Republicans in the Senate to pass crypto reform that covers everything. As a business, we would have been very happy because it would have been very clear what a commodity is and what a security is, as well as how the CFTC and the ICC will work together to handle that. More than 60 big Bitcoin companies joined forces to back FIT 21. He doesn't want to work with them instead. And instead, he wants to keep the laws in place through regulation, which is not clear and is also dishonest. For example, telling them to come in and sign up. There was a time when Coinbase tried to do that, and they had the right licenses to do it. Because they were a public company, they weren't able to do that, and they even got sued for it. If you say in your talking points that this is a matter of non-compliance, that's the dishonest thing you can say. By design, there is no way to follow through when everyone knows It's a regulation through enforcement strategy like in Kafka. And the Biden government is fully responsible for this. This wasn't done by Trump. Some cases were on the edge, like the Hinman case or the Ripple claim. Those, on the other hand, were one-offs of certain small power groups. There was not, however, a plan by the whole government to destroy crypto. You should also think about what's important to you when people go in November. Be sure to vote the way you think cryptocurrency and blockchain will shape the American economic, political, and social systems and help us get out of this mess. If you don't care about these things, then know that voting for Biden will kill the American cryptocurrency business. It's very important to me, and not just because I'm an entrepreneur in the cryptocurrency space. I just got a letter from the Swiss government asking me to an event celebrating Ethereum's 10th anniversary. And the second page of the letter made my heart hurt a little. It was really sad and sweet. They said that since we started Ethereum in Switzerland, 1,290 cryptocurrency companies have been set up there. These companies are worth more than $380 billion altogether. So when you think about that, you wonder how many of those businesses would have been started in the United States if regulations were clear. How many new jobs were made? That's just Switzerland. It doesn't include Singapore, Abu Dhabi, or Dubai. Over the next 5 or 10 years, there will likely be more than $1 trillion in value, hundreds of thousands of jobs, and tens of thousands of businesses. Not only would that make the American GDP better, it would also help us pay off our national debt, make our money better, and do other things like that. By spreading all of that, it's the same as telling Microsoft, Google, Apple, and Tesla to move to Germany, Abu Dhabi, or some other place. As a country, how many times can we do that before we run out of money? How many changes do we have to miss before the United States falls apart as a nation? In real life, that's what this strategy has led to. It's not a matter of whether the number goes up or down or whether Bitcoin or Ethereum does not do as well.